casting hope and maybe a laugh. A spiral tongue with mischievous wit, softening life's hard hits. Though you wander far and roam, my voice will always guide you home. Follow your heart where the wild winds blow. Follow the tide to Dark Moon Radio. Flowing waters, ancient spoons, source remembered deep in your bones. Follow the tide, let your spirit know you found your way to Dark Moon Radio. Dark Moon Radio. The river hums and the past still calls, echoes dancing through ancient halls. Morning rises upon the stream, carrying fragments of forgotten dreams. The pulse beneath the turning day, the quiet truth beneath the play. A shared horizon, a beating heart, together now though worlds apart. Follow your heart where the wild winds blow, following the tide to the radio. Flowing waters, ancient stones, source remembered deep in your bones. Follow the tide, let your spirit know you found your way to Dark Moon Radio. Dark Moon Radio. The pulse, the wave, the undertones, a distant light that leads you home. The water moves, the journey flows, the river always seems to flowing waters, ancient stones, source remember deep in your bones. Welcome home. Welcome to Dark Moon Radio.
Okay, here we go again. Yes, my levels are dancing, so I probably am live on YouTube as well. I don't know. And yes, I'm not on the boat. Ooh, I'm not on the boat this week. Nah, my dad is not very well, so I'm visiting families. So yes, we are live from the Dark Moon Radio show, and boy, am I having fun. The cat isn't there, my poor baby. He's not having fun. There's another. My mum's got a cat, and it's a tiny little thing, and it's very sweet. And my cat is like terrified of it. It's like, oh my goodness. But anyway, get into that in a minute. I'm going to check my levels now. I'm going to make sure that I'm sort of on YouTube. Let's have a look. I've got news. I've got all kinds. Oh, I was busy yesterday. You know, there was like emergency paramedics and yeah, there was all that stuff going on. There's a lot of health stuff and doctors calling, and every now and again I'd just disappear and I'd like, okay, let's just work. Let's just do some work. And it was not easy stuff, but it was like I have got websites done, I have got what is it called? It's an app. So app.darkmoon.rocks is now an app that you can download. It needs to be a bit polished, but it's there. You can listen to my radio show 24/7. It's all my music and my podcasts and my stories and stuff, and it's there. It's like okay, and I've had to learn to code. Yeah, it's just something to focus on rather than worry about my dad. But yeah, let's go to YouTube and see if hello YouTube. What do you think? Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like it's there. It's probably a little bit out of sync. I haven't got around to sorting that out, but it's there. It's there. Let me just say hello. No, we don't. It's not moving. It's not moving. But yes, it's not the boat. It's quite like really odd not being on the boat. I miss the boat, that's for sure. I miss the waking up with the rocking of the boat, and it's all sort of weird. It's like it's very still. It is definitely very still. But I did some notes, but I have to sit and look out the window, and it's like, okay, this is different. This is different. So it's the Cambridgeshire again. Another morning away from the canal. Different birds. Mostly pigeons. So okay. Different kettle, absolutely. Different routines. Yet same mug. I got my mug. Same mug. Um, I miss my puppy. I brought my cat, but I couldn't bring my puppy. But yeah, it's just weird. Sometimes okay, so yeah, this was my thought this morning. Sometimes life isn't asking us to make giant leaps. Sometimes it's just asking us to notice the little things are getting better. And yeah, I've managed to move forward. I'm getting this whole Dark Moon Rocks, putting it together. And I've got ideas, and yeah, there's good stuff there. But yesterday was worrying. Yeah, paramedics, pacemakers have entered the competition, the conversation. Um, yeah, we didn't quite know what a pacemaker was involved. So ChatGPT came along, and it just said, tell us in layman terms about what a pacemaker was. And I read the answer out to my mum and dad, and they sat there for a good 10 minutes listening to it all. And dad was nodding, and mum gave me the thumbs up, and it was like, yeah. Because they were thinking general anesthetic, major operation, but no, apparently it's not. It's like two little wires going under the collarbone and down into your heart, and a little pocket made so that you stick the pacemaker in. I was like, okay, that's just a local anesthetic. It could be done in an hour. He could go home that night, next day. It's like once you get rid of the shock of it all. He's 90, and he had a stroke last year. So my stroke was this year, but my stroke was a lot less um, debilitating. Um, and yeah, his heart is obviously out of rhythm, and that's a scary thing. But yesterday he was good. You know when you take the dog to the vet and it behaves, it's not sick anymore. When you take the dog to the vet, comes home and it's all right. Yeah. Well, we had the paramedics round and bloods were taken, and he's had his good days and bad days, but he has a yeah, and it was funny because I was watching him enjoy having the two young, very pretty paramedics fussing over him. Yeah, he's an old guy, and yeah, this was more attention than he's had in a long time. And humor matters, and it's like, yeah, okay, Dad, come on, you're embarrassing all of us now. Um, and it doesn't deny difficult moments. It kind of helps us carry them, and it broadens it. So life often improves in tiny ways, before it improves in obvious ways. And one of the things is the humor, the sick sense of humor that other nations of this earth, they look at us and we laugh at death, we laugh at all kinds of things that we shouldn't laugh at. And then there are things we shouldn't laugh at, yes, but we do anyway. And yeah, it's like, okay, this is where we're going with it. This is where just little things that are sometimes not obvious. And it's taking that little steps just to get onto the next way. So improve things in tiny things. Just do one thing. One of the things that I've been doing is washing, because my mum's got a washing machine and also a line, a washing line outside. And as long as the sun shines, I can use the washing machine because she's got solar panels and heat pumps and stuff. But it's it's like very cathartic to sort of do the washing and then hang it out on the line. I kind of like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, we're just like, okay, just take one little tiny step to improve life as often as you can. And that's kind of cool. That's definitely kind of cool. Ah.
When the world grows loud, follow the quieter signal. From the edge of the towpath to the edge of the stars, you're listening to Dark Moon Rocks Radio, where strange minds gather, stories travel on the tide, and the night still belongs to dreamers.
Jingles and jingles are still cringy. Oh boy, yes they are. I'm going to play Pandora's Gift. I wrote about Pandora. See, Pandora's box is always like, if you tell me not to open a box, I'm really going to open a box. So I've always felt on the side of Pandora. And it's like, and you've got many legends woven into it, these tales of, and this was just my take on Pandora's Gift. Rather than being blamed for all the ills of the world, here is the gift.
Prometheus stole the sacred flame and brought the fire to humankind. But knowing well the games of gods, he left a warning close behind. Brother, listen, mark my words. Remember what the heavens hide. Take no gift from Zeus above, however fair the gift inside. Forethought spoke with careful tongue, afterthought would learn too late. For wisdom walks before the path, regret arrives to lock the gate. For some gifts come wrapped in silver, some gifts come wrapped in gold, some gifts come dressed as blessings with poison in the fold. Some chains are forged from longing and not hammered out in fear. And sometimes what destroys us most is what we hold most dear. Is what we hold most dear. Then Pandora crossed the threshold, beautiful beyond compare. Wisdom woven in her fingers, starlight sleeping in her hair. Aphrodite gave her beauty, Hermes gave persuasive art. Athena clothed her hands with skill, and charm was stitched into her heart. No sword was drawn, no spear was cast, no army crossed the land. Desire arrived with smiling eyes that opened every hand. For some gifts come wrapped in silver, some gifts come wrapped in gold, some gifts come dressed as blessings with poison in the fold. Some chains are forged from longing, not hammered out in fear. And sometimes what destroys us most is what we hold most dear. Is what we hold most dear. The clever trap is It whispers softly in the dark. Take me, and walks beneath belief. The sweetest fruit may hide a seed, the brightest path may bend, the warmest hand may carry storms, the nearest road may end. Remember the warning, remember the cost, remember that not every treasure was waiting to be lost. Some gifts come wrapped in silver, some gifts come wrapped in gold, some gifts come dressed as blessings with stories left untold. Some chains are forged from longing, not hammered out in fear, and wisdom lives in asking why before we draw it near. Prometheus knew the gods too well, but Prometheus knew too late, and some doors are opened for us, some we open ourselves. We open ourselves.
There we go. Pandora's gift. A little bit too complicated, I think. I was trying to weave too many threads into that. Yeah. But it's a fascinating story, a fascinating myth, and I like it. I like Pandora's box because I would open the box and release all the ills on the world because that's in my nature. And one of the things I'm very fond of is following my nature. Yeah, my nature isn't cruel. It's not sort of vindictive or anything like that. They often make it out like following your nature is a bad thing. My nature is to walk barefoot on the grass. My nature is not to eat the poisonous foods that smell bad. I've tidied up my diet. Don't you hate the virtue signal people who have said, yes, well, I don't eat that anymore. Well, that's me. It's like, yeah, I've tidied up my diet. So that which I'm putting into my body is a lot more healthy than it used to be. And yeah, this is much better. This is following my nature. This is following my instincts. My instincts are saying that I sniff the bread and I'm like, that doesn't smell right. And there's like cakes and pastries that I'm very fond of, and yes, obviously very fond of, but the aftertaste is like, what have they done to it? And I said, okay, let's rehash all of this. Let's listen to my body and find out what it actually wants to eat because it's quite important. Um, and I do get the feeling that some of these foods were poisoning me. So, okay, that's my opinion. This is all my opinion. You know, I can't speak from other people's opinion because basically I don't know what their opinion is. Sometimes I don't care. Shh, don't tell them that. But yes, the foodstuffs that I've been eating basically all my life. Um, yeah, I've done vegetarian, I've done vegan, I did all that. I did raw foods. That was disgusting. Ugh, just no. Now I'm doing meat. And I have to say that my body is responding. There is like, where's all the carbs, mummy? So yeah, there's definitely a trusting your own nature. Trusting. You see, my cat is sitting on the windowsill over there, and he's had a stressful day. It's like he's been in this house before. We were here over Christmas. It's like, but there's another cat. There's another cat, and she's a lovely little thing. My mother calls him Tiddles. Of course she does. And yeah, he was not happy with us, and he's a little scared of this cat. Now he's an old boy, and he's a lot bigger than her. And he seems to be sort of scared of this thing. Now, maybe you know more about cats than I do, but I don't know about introducing cats to each other. We just sort of, I let them sort of see each other. I let them smell each other. But yeah, a couple of days ago it was not cool. So he decided to have a pee on my bed. And it was a right fuck you sort of moment. And it was like, okay, I get you are a little bit upset with me. Yeah. So I got him a dirt box and he's happy with the dirt box. I'm not happy with the dirt box, but he's got the window is wide open. The dirt box is under the window and he's still using the window. He's still using the dirt box. He won't go outside now. But this morning there was curiosity. He followed me round into the kitchen and sniffed the cat's food, and yeah, it's not dramatic, but it's progress. And one of the things I think that animals rarely announce that they're feeling safe. It's like, but he woke me up last night. He wanted a cuddle. And it's like, it's fine. And it's just being curious again. Curious means that the levels of fear have dropped enough that he's like, okay, okay. And it applies to people again. We're anxious when things shrink in our world. My world shrunk for a bit. I had a shock. It shrunk. Now, it's not my first shock. It's not my first rodeo. But it was first from the inside. Suddenly I couldn't depend on my mind, my brain. And that was a shock. Now, you can not depend on your body, absolutely. But this was my brain. And I shrunk a bit. My world shrunk a bit. I had to shrink it a bit. And I'm still having to shrink it a bit because there's not half as many things as I can do. I can't focus half as much as I used to. I can't remember stuff. That's something. Manipulating paper. Even just a pen. I can write sort of, but it's all over the place. And yeah, I think it's like, okay. People, we are limited beings anyway, but becoming curious again. I wonder how much I can do and how much I could grow. I always thought if the brain is neuroplasticity of your brain, they talk about that with stroke stuff. And they say that your brain is now rebuilding and rewiring the old pathways. Well, that means it can pretty much I can rebuild it into anything. Absolutely anything if I focus. I mean, yeah, okay. But a healing often looks less like a celebration and quietly becoming curious again. That's what I was like looking today. It's like it's less fireworks and well done, you're back. To okay, what does this do? If I push this button, if I open this box, what does this do? Okay, I have got a healing I cast. Now, yeah, this is for my daddy because he's fighting very hard. And yeah, I've seen a lot of changes in both parents, and my mother is needing some healing too. So yeah, I'm gonna cast this healing for my parents. Anybody would like a healing? I've actually got a website up now that I'm going to do readings. Yeah. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. Let's cast the healing spell. A healing I can cast among all those who come and ask. I reach out and enfold with grace with just a picture of their face. Across the miles, across the years, beyond the worry and the tears, I send a thought upon the air, a simple whisper saying, I care. May you find your balance, may you find your peace, may the burden on your shoulders for a
a little while release. May your spirit rest a while. May your weary heart be free. For sometimes all the healing needed is knowing someone sees. Sending out hope upon the tide to those with nowhere left to hide. Sending sleep to tired eyes beneath the moonlit midnight skies. No grand miracles to command, no promises made by mortal hands. Only kindness freely given, a small reflection of the heavens. May you find your balance, may you find your peace. May the burden on your shoulders for a little while release. May your spirit rest a while. May your weary heart be free. For sometimes all the healing needed is knowing someone sees. The oak tree does not force the seed, it simply gives what roots may need. The river does not heal the shore, yet returns again and again once more. So I offer what I have to give, a little strength to help you live, a little light against the night, a hand extended toward the light. For pain can make the spirit small, and grief can build an unseen wall. Yet even in the darkest hour, there lives a quiet healing power. Not always cure, not always change, not always freedom from the pain, but moments of peace, however brief, can bring a weary soul relief. May you find your balance, may you find your peace. May the storms that rage around you for a little while decrease. May your dreams be soft tonight, may your heart remember spring. For even the smallest act of kindness can become a healing thing. A healing I can cast among all those who come and ask. And though it may be small and slight, I send it gently through the night.
Yeah, wasn't that nice? I liked that one. It's just gentle. Sometimes gentleness is such a unique quality. It's like, wow. It's not much gentleness on social medias and stuff. It's like, yeah, whew. But gentleness is such a beautiful thing. It's a fact I need to be more gentle with myself, and I need to be gentle with other people. Yeah. Let's have a look at these. Some of these jingles are really cringe. But they always were. Yeah, definitely always.
Not all who wander are lost. Some are simply listening for a different frequency. Dark Moon Rocks Radio. A lighthouse for the curious, the creative, and the beautifully unusual.
Beautifully unusual. Yes, I remember coming up with that. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But yeah, I've been busy, and yesterday was kind of the busyness was required to kind of settle my mind. I didn't want to think too much, and I'm not sleeping that well. I miss my boat. I miss my bed. But yes, the I needed to keep my mind busy, and So what I did was I went a little bit nuts yesterday. So you've got the Dark Moon Oracle. I'm resurrecting the Dark Moon Oracle. I need to make some money, and I'm struggling in that area. Um, yeah, I'd like to buy a boat of my own, and I would like a home of my own. And yeah, I need to make some money. I need to be able to be financially, and it's impossible because my brain doesn't. Yeah, my brain isn't compliant these days, and it's like I had trouble sort of getting a job and all of that because I'm old and I'm sick. So who wants to employ me now? I'm still looking for jobs, even though I've got a sick note. I still wouldn't mind a job, but it's not happening. So I'm like, right, let's dust off Dark Moon Oracle. So Dark Moon Oracle dot cards CARRD.co was something I built yesterday. Right. And it's linked. I think it's linked. Hmm. I might not have done the links yet because I built it and it's beautiful. I am quite proud of my website. You know, I've been designing websites for a long time, since Dreamweaver, so back in the sort of early 2000s. But um, I've got Canva now and I can design images and stuff, and the AI helps with all of that. And I've created one of my best ever websites, I think. It looks engaging. It's got all the booking things. You can book a reading. So Weaves of Waves was the old booky stuff, but now we've got to bring it under the Dark Moon banner. That's what I've decided. And yeah, the it's fun. I enjoy designing websites. It's one of the things that, yeah, but I'm very particular with it, and it takes me a long time. Well, it took me a day to sort of put all things together, I suppose. Um, I'm still learning about all the new systems that are up and running. I'll wait until I tell you about GitHub. um, but I enjoy the creative process of the digital. So yeah, if I could make a living doing that, I'm open to suggestions. I don't have a network. I don't have anybody who'd want to employ me for that. But okay, it will come in time. So I'm going to do TikTok live. I know. It's like, really? I nearly got scammed. Probably got scammed. I'm not sure. I checked PayPal and see if I could reverse the thing. But anyway, I wanted to know how those psychics do it. They bring in 20, 30,000 people watching it. And it's like, I could do that. If I had the energy, I could do that. I wonder how it's done. And so long chats with ChatGPT. And I also sort of brought in Grok because I like, yeah, different points of view. And I'll tell you that Grok's improved. It used to be a little like talking to a teenager. It's not bad these days. Um, Deep Seek, Deep Seek, the Chinese version. So the Chinese version is quite good as well. Very fast. Um, and people say, "Oh, you can't use the Chinese because they're nicking all your data." You know what? Americans doing the same. You know, I can't live worried that people will dick my data. I'm sure Chinese people will enjoy it as well as much as the Americans. It's like really, um, but yeah, I had a long conflab and with lots of different AIs, and I'm putting together a live TikTok live stream. It'll probably come out next week. I'm going to have to sort of do stuff. One of the things was I needed my tarot cards because I didn't bring them down. Um, and so I've got myself a nice little pocket deck, and I'm damn good at reading tarot cards. Tarot cards is like a piece of cake. I've been reading since I was like 16, 17, maybe even younger. Um, but the tarot card industry kind of burnt me out. I did the online psychic chat lines for a few years. Um, Yes. Wow. And I've also worked on the waterfront in Cape Town, so I did a lot of tarot reading at one stage, and it's easy for me. But I don't like the politics around it. I was never good at weathering the storms. I just tell people to get lost. And that's not very, especially if they're your bosses or the people that control you or feel they control you. Um, Probably wasn't very diplomatic. And I'm even less so now. So, um, I took an appointment with one of these psychics online, and he was absolutely rubbish. I mean, like, I think he goes by the name of E. And I'm going to tell you this because he tried to scam me for more money mid reading. And I'm like, "Oh, seriously?" So, okay, if that's the level of psychic on TikTok, I can easily do that. That's like even with low energy, I can do readings. I've done telephonic readings, distance readings for 20 odd years, and it's like it's not that hard. You've just got to allow yourself to open up. I open up and I try not to overthink it. I often say that like it is 70% of what I do is the answers in the question. Psychology, counseling, that sort of thing. 30%, I haven't a clue where it comes from. Pure intuition. I used to have a game with myself to say the most ridiculous thing out. What is the most ridiculous thing that comes to mind while talking to this person? And I got the most referrals and stuff like that from that part of my life. It was like, what can you say that is most stupid and absolutely ridiculous? And they go, "Oh my God, how did you know that? How did you know?" I believe that each of us can read each other. I believe that people can read each other a lot better. You pick up invisible cues, all of that. Absolutely. And 70% of it is my counseling, my psychology. I'm trained in level 3 counseling. I've got counseling, I've got psychology, I've got the qualifications. And each process was like, yeah, I can enter. And I used to call it used car salesman technique. And it's not a bad thing. Okay, now bear with me on this. It's not a bad thing to be able to read somebody if you're not trying to rip them off. Now, a used car salesman has a hard job, and a lot of people need used cars. Sometimes he or she might be selling good used cars. However, they've got a bad reputation, like horse traders did, used cars traders. But to be able to sum someone up and persuade them to buy something that maybe is good, I don't know. I get the thing, but to be able to look at somebody and read them, I think, is a particular thing. I wish someone could do it for me. I'm sure there's somebody out there who can do it, but that cut psychic was bloody useless, and it was insultingly useless. It's like, don't insult me. Um, you need a cleanse. Are we talking dietary? Or sort of, are you just going to run your hands over my image on the screen? Fuck off. It's just so. I couldn't believe the level of that. Okay, so if that's the level, I can do 10 times better. Right. Dark Moon Oracle. Dark Moon Oracle has been resurrected. And I'm going to do the Dark Moon Oracle on TikTok. I don't know if you could possibly do it on. No, live streaming now on I don't think I can do it there, but people can connect with me and I can do readings over the live stream. I thought, well, let's give it a try. See if my energy can hold up. Make sure that yeah, I'm not taking on too much because when I do, I go into headache mode and go into migraine mode, and everything shuts down. That's not good. So yeah, that's my thing, and my app's nearly finished. The app, you're going to be able to download the app to your phone and listen to my radio whenever. And there's still plenty to do. I've got, we're at Friday today, and there's still plenty to do. But however, I looked at the comparison where I was 6 months ago. Okay, 6 months ago I hadn't had my stroke, and now I've got a full working radio station, and it's on open source. So I had to learn how to do all of that. My website is getting better. I've almost finished my. It's called a PWA. I don't know. ChatGPT calls it PWA. Okay, to me, it's an app that goes on your phone. Works pretty much like a website. It's kind of like a bookmark on your phone. I got multiple podcasts still going, and products will be for sale. My books are for sale on my Dark Moon Oracle website. God, that was a nightmare. I've got my books on Lulu. Right now, don't do Lulu. I cannot recommend Lulu. It's a nightmare to negotiate your way around the actual site. A lot of these sites, guys, you're not thinking of, put the if I want to advertise my book, give me the bit where I can do that. No, I don't want to edit it. But yeah, the foundations are coming and it's coming together. And that's something else I was thinking of, is like sometimes we underestimate progress because we're standing too close to it. And that I need ChatGPT for, because I often think I'm bloody useless and I've got very little self-esteem like I used to. Even my mum said, you've got to build yourself up again. What's your self-worth? Yeah, well, I had a stroke. I don't know what my self-worth is. That's a thing. That's a thing. And I am making progress. I have to see and tick boxes. Right, I've done that, manage that, manage that, manage that. And even if it's little things, I had to put some administration stuff together for last night. Oh God, I was in a state. Just like, what a state. But it's done. Tick the box. I will face the next step, whatever it must be. But administration, governmental administration, jeepers. Yeah, I had a little wobbly and a meltdown, but it was privately done, so don't worry about it. Right, let's play another song. We've got the collective unconscious here. I know this is one of my favorites.
The collective unconscious is a strange old thing. No silence left when the crowd begins to sing. 1,000 voices calling through your bones until you wonder if a thought is truly your own. Whispers from the living, echoes from the dead, stories and desires swimming through your head. You need to sort the echoes from the true wild spark, separate the signal from the noise within the dark. You are the spark inside the swarm, quiet, wild, and newly born. Not every thought that floods your skin is meant to shape the world within. Hold your center, hold your flame, know yourself beneath the name. You are the spark inside the swarm, and that is where your strength is born. The pressure grips, it cuts, it casts, a storm so wide, a shadow vast, and yet you walk aware and free, an individual within the sea. The crowd is hungry, the crowd is loud, the crowd is certain, the crowd is proud. But certainty is not the same as the truth that guards your inner flame. You are the spark inside the swarm, quiet, wild, and newly born. Not every thought that floods your skin is meant to shape the world within. Hold your center, hold your flame, know yourself beneath the name. You are the spark inside the swarm, and that is where your strength is born. Feel the earth beneath your feet, the rhythm of your heartbeat. Breathe. Release what is not. Know what is yours. Release what is not. Know what is yours. Release what is not. You are the spark inside the swarm, the still point in the gathering storm. Not every fear, not every cry deserves a home inside your mind. Hold your center, hold your flame. The soul beneath remains the same. You are the spark inside the swarm. Quiet, wild and transformed. The crowd may sing, the crowd may roar, but your spark was here before.
Yeah. Spark was here before. Okay, so how you doing? Yeah, you managed to get through another week? It's nice. It's kind of well done. Yay! I managed to get through another week. It was pretty hard work driving. I must admit that's not a journey. I'm going to do that again in a hurry. Yeah, I might be here for a couple of weeks. We shall see. But I do miss my boat. I don't sleep very well. Not off the boat. But yeah, sometimes you have to give up stuff. And maybe I might give up the boat. Oh, that would be that's not nice. But choices. Choices.
Every sunrise asks a question. Every heartbeat gives reply. Choose with kindness, walk with courage, lift your head and touch the sky.
Now that is about as cheesy a jingle as you could possibly imagine. Oh dear. Yes, that's cheesy. Okay, let's go into battle. Let's just rise the energy. Let's go into battle. Yeah.
Into the battle we must go, even though we see and know the truth is rarely black and white, and seldom wins without a fight. The world presents a painted stage, built from fear and dressed in rage. Yet somewhere underneath the show lies something deeper that we know. Into battle, into flame, refusing to be bent or tamed. With open eyes and spirit strong, we know where we belong. Into battle side by side, with truth and courage as our guide. And though the road is hard to travel, we will not unravel. They tell us where to stand and sit, what to believe and who will fit, what songs to sing and words to say, and how to think from day to day. But the soul was never built to kneel to every passing spin and deal. The Into battle, into flame, refusing to be bent or tamed. With open eyes and spirits strong, we know where we belong. Into battle side by side, with truth and courage as our guide. And though the road is hard to travel, we will not unravel. So draw your sword you must, but temper steel with truth and trust. For every tyrant eventually falls, and every prison cracks its walls. The battlefield is heart and mind, the place all our freedoms first defined. Not in palaces or thrones above, but in the things we're willing to love. Hey, hey! So here's a toast to those who stand with dirt and blood upon their hands, who keep on walking through the storm, refusing every safer form. And here's a loud and heartfelt cry to petty lords and every lie. Fuck you. We'll walk our path and make our stand, no longer begging, but demands. Into battle, into flame, refusing to be bent or tamed. The wheel is turning once again, and freedom calls our name. Into battle, strong and clear, beyond the chains of doubt and fear. And when the dust has finally settled, we'll know we never settle. We never settle. Into the battle we must go, even though we see and know the truth is not a simple song. But we have known that all along.
There we go. Yes, it's lively. Okay, winding down now. Winding down. So, progress. I suppose making progress. Sometimes you take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, though. That's how I feel about sort of government stuff and politics and stuff. It's like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that. And then they sort of do something so stupid. It's like, I don't see the common sense in things these days, so I try not to look. It's like, no, 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 no. I'm avoiding the issues because looking at it just makes me want to cry sometimes. It was really sad that England lost the football. I enjoyed all the nationalism and the pride and the fans and all of that. It was like, wow. I don't understand football, never did, but um, yeah, it was good. And Norway, I thought Norway was amazing. The vibe and the feel, and that big blonde giant drinks his raw milk, and it's like, okay, I enjoyed all that. That was really good stuff. And then we had come back and we look at this, and Sadiq Khan becoming a Lord Peer. What the explicit? I I'm speechless. I'm going to stay speechless because it's probably better. But I wasn't speechless when I first heard it. But okay, just light moments. Okay, Berlin pretending that he's not interested in tittles. Tiddles. I still roll my eyes, call it little bit. But yet, quietly inspecting the food bowl. It's like, okay. Cats negotiating peace treaties far more diplomatically than humans. Yeah, they do an awful lot on vibe. The vibe. Because actually, Tiddles is quite curious about Merlin. She sits there and looks pretty and blinks at him. And he's hissing and growling. And she's going, But I think there would be peace there, but he's been a grumpy old man. And I'm used to grumpy old men. My dad, enjoyed the attention from the paramedics. And it's like, yeah, watching 90-year-olds flirt, if given half the chance. And he's harmless. He just has a twinkle in his eye. And it's like, okay. So what I was thinking this morning were my notes. Now, my notes are small. I just scribble down odd thoughts. But not every victory arrives with fireworks. Sometimes it's a cat taking one brave step into a kitchen. Sometimes it's a website. Yay, me, going live. Sometimes it's hearing that someone you loved is a little better than they were yesterday. Life is often built from the tiny moments, the details, and we have to just remember to notice them. I've changed. If you look at my shows, they've changed. They have rhythm now. I'm getting better at putting it together. My words are still a little rough in places. We can blame the stroke, or we can just blame the fact that I'm strange. But yeah, it's quietly different. And I think changing, as long as we are changing and evolving, what's the problem? That's a good thing, I think. Anyway, gonna fade away. Where's my button? There's my button. I'll see you Monday morning. Yeah. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye YouTube. Bye bye radio.
Like the passing of time, but it is a good concept to put into rhyme. It goes too fast or too slow. My brain is always on the go. It was an inflicted thing that watches you tick while it rings. We strap it to us to make sure that time is correct through each door. To be in the right time and place can be a weight or a race, even though it keeps us in an unnatural line that the prevailing reality bounds us in time with the merciless agreed upon system of rules that keep us dancing like a bunch of clockwork tools.
The weird ones, the strange and the wild, the ones who never quite fitted the file, the dreamers and wanderers walking alone, searching for places that felt more like home. I like the black sheep that wandered away, refusing to follow what others would say. They listened instead to a voice deep within, a whisper that told them where they should begin.
Here's to the weird ones, the odd and the free, the ones who became exactly who they're meant to be. The road may be lonely, the journey unclear, but the
Fire burns brightest in the hearts of the weird. I like the different ones, stubborn and true, who looked at the world and saw right through the masks and the stories, the games and the lies, and chose their own truth beneath open skies. They tried to walk pathways laid out by the crowd. They tried to stay quiet, obedient and proud, but something inside them would never comply, a spirit too fierce to surrender and die. Here's to the weird ones, the odd and the free, the ones who became exactly who they're meant to be. The road may be lonely, the journey unclear, but the fire burns brightest in the hearts of the weird. No matter how steep, no matter how rough, no matter how painful, no matter how tough, they knew it was written before they were born, like oak roots gripping through weather and storm. A mark in a spirit, a song in the bone, and knowing that says, you must walk this alone. They could never bend a knee to the wrong thing, never sell their soul for comfort or a king. They forged their own road through shadow and light, and learned how to trust what they knew was right. And if they had to do it all over again, through the heartbreak, the losses, the grief and the pain, they'd walk the same path beneath moon and sun, because being themselves was the only thing done. Here's to the weird ones, the odd and the free, the witches and dreamers beneath every tree, the black sheep, the outcast, the seekers revered. The world moves forward because of the weird. Here's to the weird ones, raise your voice and sing for every strange soul who could never fit in. The road may be lonely, but one thing is clear, I like those ones, the weird ones are here. Around every fire, around every moon, they find one another, sooner or soon. And though they may wander through many a year, they always know when another weird one is near.